Welcome back to another pod episode of Pretty Much Experts. I'm Robert John, my brother Mikey there in the van, technical difficulty on the video as per usual.
Yeah, it's becoming a standard, yeah. Hello.
And then the other brother there, Skyler.
Yeah, Mike, I think you're just not meant to have your face out there.
No, who needs it, right?
Some would say you got a face for radio.
Yeah.
Or just podcasting in general.
It's got a face to live in a van.
Oh, fuck yeah, I do great in this van.
Yeah,
surprisingly so. And it doesn't surprise people most of the time.
When you just say I live in a van in Canadian Tire?
Usually wait till like the third date. You know? The fuck date. Right?
Listen, this is gonna get
when
weird.
it comes down to your place or mine, it's like, well, let me tell you about something here.
Mine's parked outside.
Yeah. I technically live at this restaurant because it is my bathroom.
And my shower.
My shower, yeah.
Yeah.
How's the showering been going? You just joined the gym?
Oh, it's
that was
good.
the plan?
I got a gym membership, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
every
it's been
shower
great.
is a group shower.
No, I got like a 24-hour. It's called Anytime Fitness. It's like a 24-hour fitness place.
Yeah.
So I can go at fucking 10 p.m. if I want, right? And two
Wow.
private showers. I could spend. I've shaved my head in there. I'd spend an hour, maybe two, depends. You know,
Well,
depends on
fire
the day.
one off in the sink.
Oh yeah, well yeah. Why not? It's the cleanest I've been all week. Of course I'm firing them
Private
off.
shower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cleaning the
I
pipe.
mean, would you believe me if I said I didn't? That's the real question.
Yeah, that's the
You
real
know?
question.
Of course I fired off. Yeah.
What about the old desk staff? Do they notice you? Like, hey, this,
No, they all go home at like 4. So I just
okay.
I learned that in the first couple weeks. So I just go after 4. And on and on Sundays they're not there at all.
Okay.
It's just a key
Wow.
fob that you get that just lets you in, so I can go anytime. And I go once a week for sure, sometimes twice a week, depends on scheduling. And because it's a big gym, franchise type of thing, there's like 40 of them in the city,
Oh, really?
and they're
Nice.
and they're all over the province too. So like I'm gonna go to the island here sometime soon, and they got one in Victoria, so I'll just be able to, if I'm not showering in the salty ocean, I'll be, bathing at the gym there.
Nice.
Do they have a hot sauna, too? That'd be nice.
No.
No. That'd be exquisite.
But the gyms are pretty nice. Like I do use the gym, not
Yeah.
every time I go, but
Yeah.
you
lift,
they got
bro?
you got private rooms too. So it's not like a fully private room, but there'll be like a room off to the side with like a handful of bikes and other stationary equipment. So you can get out of the big gym space and kind of
Stretch stretch the van legs.
stretch
Yeah.
the old van legs out. Yeah.
It's hard life.
Kettlebell workouts and shit.
But I'm jealous. I don't have 40 showers spread out across the city. Like, that would be all right.
It's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet because no matter where I am, I know I'm like a couple blocks away from a nice, hot, clean shower.
From good scrub.
And I fuck it up. Like, I go in there and I use all the toilet paper, you know what I mean, for no reason. I just, I'm not, I'm getting my money's worth every month. That's for
That's
sure.
fair.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Some people go in there and actually work out and use the facilities. You're like, no, I'm just here for the shower, and I'm gonna use it.
If I go once a week, I work out probably twice a month. If I go twice a week, I might be once a week I'll work out. It just depends, right?
Right.
Yeah.
On my schedule. But I've also just like been cruising down the street and like I kind of got to use the washroom, and then it's like there's a coffee shop, or I can just pop into this gym that I have a membership to. and I do.
Maybe get a warm towel
Go.
to boot.
Yeah.
I know a
Fuck
place
yeah,
I can
dude.
use up all the toilet paper for no reason.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
go
and
elbow deep on that bitch.
There's no, you know how like in the gym there's the rule where you gotta like wipe down the machines after. Like, they don't have that in the washroom.
Oh, God, no.
You
No,
just leave
exactly.
it as is.
But I do anyways. I do anyways. I wipe down the mirror. Like I said, I use all the toilet paper.
That's okay. It's very kind of you, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Oh.
So should we get into it, boys?
I think we should, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're going back to a fun debate episode because that's just a good way to just have ridiculous conversations that inevitably will get us in trouble offline.
Yeah, these opinions make and break friendships too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm going to kick
Hard
things
to
off
beat people
hot.
out.
I want you guys to tell me what is more useless, paying taxes or going to the dentist?
Well,
Fuck.
I'd
I'd
say
say
don't
on
do
a-
either.
I was going to say, like, on a good year, I do one each, but that's, like, stretching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pay my taxes, but I don't.
I don't always
Go
pay
to the-
those. I can't say
Yeah, I
that
don't
I
always
do.
pay either.
Wow.
I think I'm 2 years behind.
Do you want to like cut and edit this right now?
Well,
as
like,
you're
I
admitting
will
to your tax
eventually.
evasion.
You have 7 years to pay them.
Okay.
I like to get caught up every 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm kind of
that's
in that ballpark too.
I'm on the fence about this year. Like, it's just so much work.
Well, there was a time frame where I filed every year because I always knew I was getting money back. Like,
Yeah,
I
if you
was
just
low
have like
income,
a
right?
simple T4, it's easy as shit. If you don't, it's
Yeah.
a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
This
if
is
you got
true.
like a loan out or you got EI, it's just a
All
whole bunch
the
of shit.
yeah, like I get paid like just not cash, but I don't have a job, so anything I make is just like here's money. And I'm
Yeah.
supposed to like take off like 20% and put it in another account, which I usually do, but not always. But
Yeah.
then like at
Oh,
the
yeah.
end of the year when it's like you owe $3,000, even if I have that stashed away, like I don't want to give that up.
No.
So I have to like
No.
go back with like a real fine tooth comb and make sure I got all my like expenses covered, like supplies and like studio, and like I can do a pretty good job of getting it close to like even as I can.
Yeah,
Nice.
And again,
yeah.
like
So if every couple of years you owe a couple $100, it's
yeah,
better than owing that
I don't
every
think
year.
I've ever owed. Like I'll still get back like $100, but like it's not like when you're a kid and you just have a T4 and here's like 1,200 without doing anything.
Yeah.
And it, again,
Yeah,
like
shit.
I don't. You could lie and just make up a whole bunch of expenses, and then it would be pretty easy to like cover your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, I
if you
tried
do
that
that
when I was
and you
in
get-
school a couple years ago.
You're gonna get caught. Like they have a way of like telling that.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I tried to like claim a bunch of shit when I was in school, and it just didn't make any difference on my tax return. And it was like I spent like a whole afternoon going over all these expenses, like for my tools and travel and moving expenses to like move to a different city to go to school, and like it made $0 and 0 cents difference. And it was like, what the
Wow.
fuck was the point of that?
Yeah, because you don't necessarily get back, like if you paid $200 for, in my case, like paper, it's not
Yeah.
like you get back $200. It's like a percentage of disposable, like whatever material.
Or you just don't, you get the taxes that you would have paid on
Yeah,
that purchase back.
right.
So like $13,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
back into your, yeah.
So it's
Into the
more
red
like I'm
flag.
not going to lie on them because I know people that have got audited and they've made shit up and it's a big deal. So I'm not
Yeah.
going to do that. So I'm just going to keep going back and think of like, what do I have, on my credit card? And that's what it is. It's mostly just going back through transaction history. It's like, oh, here's another art store. Here's this, or here's
Yeah.
and it takes like fucking 2 or 3 days, and it's a pain in the ass.
I use not that this is a fucking infomercial here, but I use simpletax.ca, and
Yeah.
that is literally, it's in the name, man. It's simple as fuck.
Well, you didn't get any
Yeah.
money back though, so
No, I
You're
didn't.
living in
I
your
didn't.
van.
I didn't file for last year because I don't know where to get all my paperwork, and I don't technically have an address, so I don't want the CRA to be sending me shit to some post office box and whatever,
That's
right?
fair,
So
yeah.
like, I would have 3 T4s for last year, and it's like I don't know where to get any of them except for calling the CRA. So it's like
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
I was in a bit of a like endless spiral with the CRA once because I took like a few years off paying tax, And then to like log into the CRA website, it's like put in your whatever B17 line from last year's assessment. And it's like, I did not do last year's assessment, so like have to like track them down to be like, okay, send me everything you have from like 2010 to 14 so that I could get caught up to 14 and then I can log in and do my 15.
15, yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, that was a nightmare. So as I say that, I should really do my taxes this year because it's a lot easier to do that every year than, you know, double the work every 3 years. But
yeah, next year when I do my taxes, it's gonna be a fucking bitch.
Yeah, so
I'm definitely not doing them for this year or last year or whatever. But what's more useless, taxes or going to the dentist? It's like,
I know, like where to start the show off? Let's just talk about doing taxes.
Taxes.
Like, holy fuck.
When I left Canada,
but I only go to the dentist as often as I pay
I
only go to the dentist as often as I pay my taxes, and that's about every 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going on like 5 years.
Kind of on par.
You're going on a 5-year hiatus.
What, dentist?
Yeah, I haven't been to a dentist in like 5 years.
I went to the dentist.
Well, you got a mouthful of gold there, buddy.
I went.
I brush my teeth every day, sometimes twice a day.
That's what I always say.
Yeah.
It's not enough though.
Yeah, I do too.
It's not. I don't know. I don't fucking like. I drink the odd cola, but I don't really like consume sugars. I try
no sweets. No late night sweets.
No sweets. I'm more of a salt guy.
I went 2 years ago to the dentist, and it had been like 4 or 5 years since I'd been there.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, they're in pretty rough shape, dude. Like, they had to like really get in there and like clean the backs of them and shit, you know? Like, it's an ordeal.
Yeah.
And they're like, how long has it been? And I'm like, 2 years? Like, I just lied. I halved it. And he's like, yeah, that seems about right. And I'm like, take that as a compliment because it's been 5.
Yeah, totally.
Like,
you know, not as bad as you say.
Not as bad as you say. And so, like, I was in the same boat as you, Skyler. It's like, I brush him every day, so I'm fine. But I did have 2 cavities, and he's like, they're not severe. You probably won't feel any pain for, like, 3 years. Like, they're little baby ones. So, like, come back, and we'll just, like, kill them and get it over with. But I took that as, like, I'm not going back for at least 3 years.
See, I've never had a cavity fixed. Like, I've had cavities in my molars, and they just ended up breaking my teeth, and then I get my teeth ripped out. But I've never, like, gone and had a cavity fixed. So I don't even know what that's like. But I've also, like, it's not like I'm breaking every second tooth. Like, it's only been 3 teeth in my life.
You got, like, 18 more.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be good for another fucking 40 years.
So did you get, like, replacement teeth, or...?
No, I just got fucking gaps in the back. You know?
Did you get the shards? Did you get the shards taken out?
Oh, yeah, that's what they do. They cut your gum open and pull out the rest.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. But it's cheap. It's cheap, man. It's like $200 instead of getting a root canal and all your cavities fixed. I mean, I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying that's the kind of the path I've chosen.
Yeah, fuck, man.
I don't know, man. Like, back to versus taxes, we're a very bad subject.
We're bad at both.
bad at both of them.
Yeah. More useless, though. I'd say going to the dentist is more useless, because at least taxes pays for, like, get potholes fixed.
Good point.
You know, and firemen.
But aren't the dentists
what the hell is
the
the dentist paying for? All-inclusives for the whole family?
Yeah, I've never met a skinny dentist. They like to eat their profit.
But doesn't the fucking dentist just fix the potholes of your teeth?
I could live without it, clearly.
You know what I could also live without?
You know?
The dentist shaming me for being terrible at brushing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I don't cut my hair and go to my hairdresser, they don't fucking give me shit.
Yeah. Same with the doctor. Right? Like, you can go to the doctor and it's like, do you have a good diet? You're like, no. And they're like, okay. Like, they just want to know what they're working with. But they're not going to fucking pull out a food pyramid and slap you in the head with it.
Yeah.
Fucking dentists just make you feel like
the optometrist treats you good too.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like, you know, it doesn't matter what kind of shape your glasses are in, they're gonna fit you for something nice.
And an optometrist, like,
Treat you
imagine,
like a
like,
human.
making
Yeah.
fun of you because you can't read the eye chart.
See?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly,
That's
yeah.
not an 8, you fucking idiot.
Because
Yeah.
you might have the onset of glaucoma. They're just poking. They bring everybody in. Tracy,
Yeah.
come look at this.
Let's take a
You know?
photo and blow it up big and put it on the screen so you can see how bad his eye is. Fucking
Calling it the
dentist.
secretary. Yeah.
Like, they think shaming me into, like, flossing's a thing. It's just shaming me to not going back there again.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
that's exactly it, right? Like, I got.
I don't think
myself
I've been to the same dentist twice, other than when I was a kid, like a young kid, and your parents would make you go every 6 months or whatever it was. But
Yeah.
Ugh.
I don't think I've been to the same dentist twice, and some of it might be because of the shame associated
So
with
much shame.
letting my teeth break.
Yeah.
And getting called
once
out for it. Yeah.
Once you have to start paying for it too, it's like, what am I
it's
paying for?
expensive, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
like, I don't know. Like,
Well,
I remember
if you want to be the type of person that goes every X amount of months to get a cleaning, that's hundreds of dollars.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's hard
That's
to
enough.
justify that.
Easy.
I remember the last time I went was because I like got benefits at work and they were like 80%, I guess.
Yeah.
And went and like got my teeth cleaned, and I think I had like 3 little cavities, kind of the same what RJ said, like, you know, we'll just nip it at the bud.
Yeah.
Got them all filled, and it was still like $150. And they were like, okay,
Wow.
see you in like 6 months. And it's like, whoa. Like, how about I call you?
Yeah.
Like, I'll call you when my
Yeah,
teeth
yeah.
feel
Yeah, yeah.
shitty.
Don't you dare
And that-
schedule an automatic appointment. Like,
No.
No.
And I haven't
No.
seen him in 5
Fuck
years.
no.
I don't even think I paid that.
Yeah, I feel like the last time I went to the Georgetown dentist, I did not pay. I was like, nope. And it's
Yeah.
like, it was like that. I had benefits at the time, so it was like 100 and something. And it's still like, no. I'll pay that next time I come back, which is never.
Yeah. And then never
So
go
that's
back.
that would have been $1,000 bill if you were paying.
The time I
Out of
had
your
to go to the
pocket.
dentist 2 years ago
Yeah.
was because I broke my front tooth in half. I think we talked about this
Yeah.
several episodes ago. Like, I had broken it as a child and then had like a fake tooth, and that
Yeah.
broke off. And I had to go to the dent. Like, I had to go. My front tooth was gone, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like told the guy like, oh, it just came off like chewing, and he's like, how long ago did you do it? And it's like, oh, when I was like in grade 4, and he's like, yeah, they last about 20 years, so you're overdue. And that was like $900 to get a new front tooth
Jesus.
and like the like thorough cleaning where they shamed me. And then he wants me to like come back next week to fill some cavities, and it's like, F that, bro. Like,
Yeah.
fix
Now,
it.
it's kind of hard to make a point against the dentist when they're fixing your front teeth.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
like if my front tooth, it did break when I was a kid just as well. And I'm glad the dentist was there to fix it. But, like, could I have lived a decent life without that part of my tooth? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Fuck the dentist. I'd,
Yeah.
I'd rather, there be firemen to fight the fires and potholes getting paved and, someone
Yeah, yeah.
landscaping for the town. I'd rather
Yeah.
be paying
Sure.
into that, I guess.
And you know
but
what,
also
like,
when it
at
comes to
least-
taxes, there should be elective taxes. Like, there's certain amount of stuff that you are mandatory. Like, you pay into like police service, firemen, whatever, mandatory. But then there's the elective taxes,
Like
right?
the Homer tax.
Yeah. Or like
Or
the,
the
dentist
bear
tax.
tax.
The bear
you know?
tax.
Yeah. At least when you pay taxes, I feel like the guy that's fixing the pothole doesn't then like drop everything, come over, spread your ass cheeks, and make fun of how black your ass is. Like,
But the dentist, on the other
the
hand,
dentist will.
yeah, they get in there with both hands.
Yeah. Oh, you don't clean the back of your teeth? Like, yeah, because I can't see them,
can't
and
see
no one
back
else
there.
can.
And I'm in a
Yeah.
hurry
They
in the morning.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
least favorite thing, they get both their hands in there and then they just start poking at the hurty spots.
Yeah.
Get out of there, dude.
And asking me
Like, I
questions.
told you
while
it hurt.
They're fucking wrist deep in my mouth asking me all these questions, and it's like, I'm not answering them. I'm not engaging in a conversation with you.
It's a
No.
sick joke.
No. And that time
And they
feel
don't
like-
even have the decency to give out candy on Halloween, those
Oh,
fuckers.
fucking dicks.
No.
Giving
You know,
out floss.
Bitches.
That's just going in a
Yeah.
landfill.
Yeah. Right in the ocean.
Unused into the ocean.
Yeah.
Poor
Not
turtles.
no, I would fucking like pull it out yard by
Oh, yeah.
yard right into the ocean.
Right
Mike
in the
uses
ocean.
fucking public toilets.
Yeah. Put it in the toilet and press flush and just watch it spool out. Oh fuck yeah! So I
Can't
guess
trace that.
taxes.
I think
Taxes over.
We like taxes.
Over debt. Yeah,
And I gotta give
taxes.
shout outs to Marie. That time I didn't pay my taxes for like 4 years and had to call the CRA to get my login information. She was nothing but pleasant. There was no shaming me,
No shame.
no reminding me to flouse before bed.
Yeah. Oh fuck. All right. Well,
Yeah,
I guess
I agree.
we'll go on to the next one.
Taxes
Uh,
stamped.
Stamped. Dentists can suck it.
Suck it.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
beaver logo.
Next, I guess, like, what would you? Who could suck it more? Like tipping people, or like universal living wage?
So is the living wage like we're gonna just pay you regardless because you're a citizen?
Basically, yeah.
I
that's
would-
the.
Well, I would obviously take that, but to make
Yeah,
like
I want that too, but
I'm-
it's like it's gonna cost so much money.
a more compelling
Pay
like
everyone?
argument. What about like just raising the price of restaurant food $2 each, and
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
tipping?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Or fuck the raising the prices, take it out of the fat cat's pockets. You know.
Yeah.
Jim Montana, who owns that fucking steakhouse, right? Like he should be,
Carlos Appleby.
yeah, Carlos Appleby should be fucking,
Paying that money.
paying
yeah.
his servers like $18 an hour
Yeah.
instead of fucking 10.
Or
10.
less.
They don't even get 10.
Yeah, they get
it's
like
like there's
6
minimum
something, yeah.
wage, and then there's like servers minimum wage.
Server wage.
Yeah, which is total bullshit.
Such bullshit.
Yeah.
When I was
Absolutely.
in like a teenager, I used to work at Sheridan Nurseries, which is like a tree farm in our small town. I worked there one summer, and they paid us like farming wages, which is like lower than
Yeah.
Oh,
server.
really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It wasn't. I don't know if it was much lower, but there was like no overtime or anything. It's like you just work 12
Yeah.
hours a day at base rate.
And they basically they take every bottle of water and fucking bologna sandwich out of your pay too.
Yeah, it was bullshit.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like
farms.
they pay you less, so you have to work more.
And just
But then
the
they
like,
don't give you overtime.
there's no
yeah.
overtime and there's no like Saturday off or anything. It's just like farmer schedule. Like you should be here at least
Yeah.
14
Yeah.
hours a day, 7 days a week, and it's like no, like it's not my
Yeah.
family's
Yeah.
farm. Like I thought.
Yeah, I'm not your child.
Yeah.
There's a huge industry here in British Columbia, like south central British Columbia, the Okanagan area, of like fruit pickers and
Yeah.
and people who do piecework and stuff. And like I've heard both sides of the coin. I've seen both sides of the coin, or heard both sides of the coin, I guess. Like people have said, oh, it was great. Like I met some people, it was super fun. Like had a great time because it was just kind of like a throwaway. I'm just gonna go do this for like an adventure.
Yeah.
And then other people that are like, hey, I want to make like 10 grand in the summer, not pay any rent, and then
Yeah.
just like fuck off. And it's like, well, you don't end up walking away with any money
No. Yeah.
most of the
No.
time.
No.
That was the same.
So
year.
it's like you should know what you're getting into when you're doing piecework, but it just kind of blows.
Yeah, the farm that I worked
Anyways.
at, that fucking tree farm, like almost, I'd say 70% of them were like ex-cons and people on parole. Like it was a pretty like hard crew.
Yeah.
And they're all like doing that exactly. It's like first week of March, we're going to work here till September. And I've done the math. I'm going to make, 50 grand this summer.
Yeah.
And they're just like set on like, I'm going to get out of debt. I'm going to do this and this. And it's like, you make less than a third of that. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you
And
think,
it's all gone.
yeah, you spend so much money on like food and stuff because you're there all day. So like you have to bring a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you just eat. I don't know. And then like Saturday night, you're finally off. You're off Sunday. So like Saturday night's a rager. Everyone just goes for it. And then
Yeah.
inevitably people are getting fired and laid off as the summer goes on, and they need less
Eaten
people.
by bears.
Eaten by
Shot.
bears.
Yeah.
Bee sting
I,
incidences.
It's totally unrelated, but I was just about money and shit. Like I was out the other day with a friend. We did some shopping around. I bought like a new denim jacket for $40, and then I'm leaving this place. Like it was like kind of like a vintage mall or whatever. We're like leaving this place, and I'm like this guilt set in. It's like I just spent $40 on a fucking piece of jean. I could find that thrift store for $10 if I just wait, right? Like,
Yeah.
maybe $20. And I'm like saying this out loud, like, oh, I kind of feel like a sap. I feel like a sucker. And it's like, dude, like, we went out last night and spent $100 on drinks
Yeah.
and feel like total shit for 2 days after. And there's like no regret
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
that, right? But like when you're actually doing something better for yourself, like I'm trying to like not look like a total fucking hobo and buy newer, less clothes with less holes in it,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
feeling guilty for spending $40. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Total
doesn't relate at all to
disconnect.
what we're talking about.
It
It's
does,
just-
No,
though.
no.
well, yeah.
The party lifestyle does add up, and you don't really think about it, but you do.
Just addiction, man.
There's no guilt associated with the party lifestyle unless you like bang a fatty. I'm just gonna say it, you know. And I've been on both sides of that. I've been the fatty, and I've been the one banging the fatty. So I feel like I'm entitled to
You're
say
entitled. You're entitled.
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
But so like
Yeah.
this is where like like universal like basic living wage is like I don't think it would work. It's like how would you fucking how do you sustain people's like entertainment if they don't have to work?
Well, that's when they do
Yeah.
have to work. Like, if you just want to make 12 grand a year, $1,000 bucks
Yeah.
a month, and just play Call of Duty all day, like, you have that option. That's not
Okay.
enough
Like
to
your
go to
basic needs are met.
KFC every day. That's not
Yeah.
enough to, like,
No.
But
live
it's
the
gonna
life you
pay
have
for
now.
it's gonna pay for your like rent, your
It's
electricity,
it's the basic.
Yeah.
It's basic.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's not extravagant income.
your maxi pads,
Yeah,
you know, things like that.
Yeah.
things like that.
I mean, in theory, it sounds nice because
I'm
it gives
into
you the
it.
opportunity to probably get into an industry or, you know, put your efforts towards something you enjoy.
I think there's a very few amount of people that will just be freeloaders and do nothing, and those are the same people that are on welfare and EI now. Like
Yeah.
I would
most
do it off and on.
Yeah, but
you
I
know?
feel like most people the basic isn't quite enough, and you have so
Yeah.
much free time
No, it's
that
not.
you okay, maybe I will work in a record store 2 days a week.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and then those instead of going to a record store and everyone that's there, usually record store is a bad example because they're cool, but say
Yeah.
whatever, the jean jacket store where Mike was at, usually the retail staff fucking hates their job because they're there all the time dealing with shithead customers and they're miserable.
Yeah.
So it's not a pleasant shopping experience. But if that person only worked 1 day a week because they like jean jackets,
Yeah.
and the rest of the time
Yeah.
they're just playing Call
Yeah.
of Duty, I think
But even if they
it'd be more
didn't
fun.
like jean jackets, you could justify it for
Yeah,
1 or
just
2
gonna
days
go
a
for
week.
2 days a week, 3 days a week, whatever.
Because it's going to pay for you to party, right?
Yeah, and that's my
Yeah.
party fund. And then there's
Yeah.
people that are more ambitious than that, are going to get into trades or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like so you can
Yeah.
you're saying you can earn more money on top of the basic.
Yeah, that's what the basic
Yeah.
is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not terrible.
That's a good
We
idea.
would definitely
Yeah, as long
breed
as it's not like a
laziness, though.
As long as there's not like a subsidy, like where if you make, you're guaranteed that 12 grand, let's say, but if you make, you pay 50% of your wage until you pay off that 12 grand, then you keep the rest. As long as it's not some bullshit like that, like they
Yeah.
pull with EI. Because it's
Yeah.
like EI, you get EI, and the idea is, we're going to pay you until you can find a job that pays you the same as the job you just got laid off from. But it's like if you make any amount of money, it comes out of your EI. So it's like there's no incentive to go to work for anything
Right.
equal to what you're making on EI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's
just
fair,
kind
yeah.
of a
You
weird.
just go be the
weird way
greeter
of
at the
structure.
Walmart. Yeah.
I think there would.
Yeah, and then you
like
work
you're
a
saying-
40 hours a week minimum wage, but you make less money than you would if you're on EI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you came from a higher, cool job.
Yeah.
Like you were
Cool
saying,
job.
Skyler, it might breed laziness, but it's I feel like that's already there for people that want to take advantage.
Oh, for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, like EI.
You just have less to complain about.
Yeah. And
Yep.
I don't know.
And
I'm okay with it.
I feel like as well, go with me on this though. The idea of tipping
Yeah.
somebody in North America, at least. I don't know how she works on the other side of the world.
There's no tipping anywhere else.
So,
It's awesome.
okay. It's just I forget what I was gonna say, I guess, but yeah, it's like I feel like it almost breeds not so much a laziness, but like an entitlement to like you have to tip me so much of the percentage of what you just spent based on what you just spent, and it like you have to do that or you're a shitty customer.
Yeah.
Because that server doesn't get paid enough by their employer.
There is a bit of like I see what you're saying. Like
the onus is on the patron.
The server then is almost working on like a commission model, where they want to run the bill up. Like, well, you want more drinks? Do you want gravy with that? Like, because they get 20% in some places of the bill now.
Yeah.
So they want to run that bill up, and it's like, I don't actually want another drink, but we are having fun chatting, and okay, I will.
Sure.
Yeah, because there's potential every $10 you spent's another, $2 in their pocket.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's
good point. Never thought of that.
Like, I've gone to restaurants before where, like, the gratitude was on the bill before I even got it.
Yeah.
And it's
which is kind of okay. I do feel like it's kind of okay because you're gonna likely tip anyways, and like to cut out that like whole all the bullshit associated with how much is the tip gonna be, what are we gonna tip, or from the server side, like are they gonna tip, should I go over and above and beyond my job expectations to assure that I get a tip. If it's already included, then it's just like whatever. If it's 20%, whatever. Like if you spend $100, like hopefully you have another 20 to give your server. You shouldn't be going out for fucking food.
I hear that reason a lot from people that going out to like a tip, you shouldn't. Yeah, and going out to luxury and like if you can't afford to like tip well, then you shouldn't go out. And it's like, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think you have to factor that into the fact that you're going out. It's that these people are working for a living, and not that you owe them, but it's kind of like...
I don't think it's my responsibility, though. Like, that's on the restaurant.
No. Like, ultimately, it shouldn't be. Yeah.
I can count on one hand the times I've been to a restaurant and was actually really impressed with, like, the waitress.
Yeah.
And, like, I want to give them 25. Sure. That never happens. They just do the bare minimum. They walk by and roll their eyes so they don't have to, like, fill up your, like, bottomless coffee. And, me and Skyler went out to breakfast on Sunday, and it was ridiculous. It's like, this is bottomless coffee, and we're all scraping and, like, just smelling fumes.
My coffee's at the bottom.
He walked by, like, 9 times, and I had to be like, hey, how about them bottomless coffees? And he's like, yeah. Came back 5 minutes later. It's like, fuck this.
And also, like the tipping culture sucks. It should just be factored into their wages, not like factored into the bill. Just factored into like the server's wages,
or just not even factored. Like, just like pay people money for their jobs. Like I feel like
that's what I mean. It should be factored into their wage overall. Like we don't see or think about it because they're getting paid a reasonable amount.
How many other like industries is it that like when you the person that I don't even know how you'd like reference this, but it's like basically like a salesman, but it's like the company isn't going to pay the salesman extra money because they know that the consumer is going to give them a portion because of like a tip, right? Like that's how it works.
Yeah, because it's like a social standard.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, okay, well, like if this person's going to give you $20, then I don't have to pay you the money you deserve because like they're going to make up the difference.
Yeah,
right.
Bullshit.
Like it's such a stupid. Bullshit. Like how many other industries work like that?
Like you're saying, like salesman. Like a salesman will get a commission, but that's off their like sticker price. If you're buying a $10,000 car, they're gonna take $2,000.
Yeah,
they're getting 20%. It's not. I'm buying a $10,000 car, and I got to throw another $2,000 on top to pay the salesman. Like that's fucking ridiculous. I almost dropped a hard R.
Pulled her back. You mean to roll up the rim to him? Close. It's backwards. It's backwards. Ass hat backwards. Like I don't understand that. Ridiculous.
Well, based on the current structure, like I don't mind that a tip would be kind of like. I don't mind that the tip's expected, and I wouldn't mind if it was attached to the bill at a reasonable amount, like 20%, right? But
reasonable.
Overall, the tipping culture is total fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
And it should be abolished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was the other one?
Universal income.
Universal.
Oh yeah,
like,
fuck tipping.
Yeah, tipping's gotta go.
Fuck tipping, but not because, but only because the servers and whoever is working in that industry should be paid appropriately.
That's it. That's the like. I've had this discussion with other people that are in the serving industry, and it always like I sound like the asshole that's like, oh, I hate tipping.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm just more of an advocate of like I think you should be paid what you deserve to be paid. Like how do you like?
Yeah.
How are you cool with this? Like.
And whenever you like talk
totally.
to servers, they always say that they don't exactly like they're cool with it because they make a lot of money.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, on like a good Saturday, you'll make $300 in cash. But I don't say I know many servers that actually like show that they actually make that. Like I think that's one of those like biggest fish stories.
Like back to tax season kind of thing.
I feel like I
mean?
just know too many servers that are like, oh, it's good money, but like they're always broke.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's not actually good money, but it's like a one time.
Yeah, but are they out every week buying new denim for their fucking job?
But I think like maybe one time they had a really good Saturday and got $300, but the average Saturday is like 100.
And
the
fucking
money
honey
comes,
dicked them.
Yeah. The money comes with like Coke smears on them.
Oh
so
yeah. Maybe that goes hand in hand with the server having no money.
Yeah,
I think if you work in a really busy joint, like a hip joint, like a cool bar or a cool restaurant that has an after hours kind of feel to it, like you can make some money if there's only if it's a smaller place, right? You got like I'd say you got 50 people in there in a night, everyone tips, $10, even $5.
Yeah.
Split it with one other person, like that's some good money.
Yeah.
It can be.
It can be.
Yeah.
Can be.
Yeah, I mean I've never worked in that industry, but I still like I imagine the majority of people would feel the same way we do, where it should just be like a decent wage.
Yeah.
Rather than expecting, the patrons to make up for it.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
All right. What's
And hell,
next?
I would like a free $12,000. I'd like a free $12,000 a year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
I think that's such a brilliant idea. Why are we not doing that?
Why are we not doing that? And if there's
Subsidize
going to be a
that.
bunch of lazy people that don't do anything with it, then I would never encounter those people anyway, and I don't care.
Yeah, not likely.
Whatever.
No.
Like, there's a bunch of people that have, whatever they do with it. Like, there's people that are on, like, welfare and EI now. They're like, I'm just never around those people. Like, I wouldn't know.
You know what it would turn into, though? It would totally, if the basic income would just turn into, like, we'd all become servers. Like, our employers would be like, oh, well, we already know you've made $12,000 from the government this year. We're only going to pay you $4 an hour then. Yeah.
In the, like, crazy dystopian future, which is actually not far away, though, I think universal basic income will be a necessity because there's going to be no jobs. Like, McDonald's is all automated now. Like, the only jobs will be Amazon warehouse. Like, every business is going out of business. Trucking is going to be all, like, Google car. Like, there isn't going to be jobs in 50 years. So if we don't, like, start figuring out the income now, like, everyone's fucked.
Fair.
It'll be a small portion of every industry where they actually need manpower.
They will need manpower in certain
but it'll be like
factories
20%
IT
of what they need now.
Yeah. Creative jobs, I guess, are still needed.
Oh, and some
You
physical
fucking
laborers.
I guess
right?
I'm good.
Yeah. Dude,
But-
it's like that fucking Simpsons episode where they're in the bunker, just like, like graphic design, we'll need that in the future.
But, like, Walmart employee, like, I'll be surprised if Walmart stays around for another 20 years.
No.
Like, it's going to be all online and just people working in, like, shipping, receiving.
Yeah.
Or if there is, like, a physical location, it's like it's just going to be security working remotely.
Right. Yeah.
And nobody actually there to help you. It'll all be like screens where you can help yourself and places where you can price check and you can self-serve yourself. And,
I think it's in, like, San Francisco. There's, like, an Amazon store that just works on facial recognition. Have you guys heard of that? Like, you just walk in and it, like, sees who you are and you just take whatever you want and leave and it sends you a bill.
Charges you?
Yeah, it sends you a bill, yeah. It just
I
registers.
didn't know it was
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a
That's
face
wild.
thing. I've heard the ones where it's like you just use your phone and like you like you just scan shit with your phone
Yeah.
and it sends your bill just right to your credit card and you just walk out. And it was like the same deal in the Amazon store. The only employees were people stocking shelves.
Yeah. And like Mike said,
Wow.
a security guard at the door to just
Yeah.
Yeah.
watch the one dude running off with the TV. But
But how the fuck
Yeah,
would
and
you
they
know?
probably outsource security
I
too,
don't think.
right?
I guess they've just run the numbers that the like loss prevention is less than paying 50 employees like 8 hours a day
Yeah,
every day.
for sure. And
Yeah,
pensions
totally.
and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, shit. Because you could just run in with a ski mask and run out with a fucking,
Yeah, but
Tassimo or whatever.
until people do that, 9 times a day, like it is probably less on a balance sheet than paying benefits and all that shit, dental plans for
Yeah, good
300
point.
employees a year.
Oh, it's fucked to think about it. But eventually, probably within our lifetime, we'll be seeing that. I mean, as a
Yeah.
regular, as a
Yeah.
norm. Manless organizations. Personless.
Because
Anyways,
the
yeah.
women are taking
Wow.
over. Yeah.
Yeah, personless. Personless.
Personless, gender whatever-ish list,
Yeah.
Gender robotic.
gender robotic.
All right, what's next?
What,
What's
Mike,
next
you
here?
got a topic for us?
Okay, well, a little bit of a backstory.
Uh-oh.
So, to my question.
Personal.
But again, having a conversation with a friend, and I had heard this in the past. Actually, this is definitely divulging too much information, but I feel like because you can't see my face, it's fine.
Yeah,
maybe.
we don't know what
But
friend.
so, and you all know who I'm talking about. So, like,
Oh, God.
an ex-girlfriend of mine,
Okay.
after we broke up,
Weird.
told me that she contracted herpes.
Nice.
And she was worried that if she ever had kids, that she would pass it on to her kids. So blah blah blah. I didn't think nothing of it. What the fuck do I care? You're old news, right? That's kind of like my reasoning.
No problem.
It came up. It came up last week when I was hanging out with a friend, and it was just like, it just happened to I haven't thought about it or talked about it since
Like
then.
the herpes came up.
Yeah, the herpes flared up, and it was
Yeah.
a topic of
does.
conversation with a couple friends.
Wait,
and
did you give this person the herp, or you're
No.
scot-free?
No.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I don't have any signs of it.
Right.
Maybe
Oh,
I
you're
have it.
fine.
Maybe
No,
it's
you're
deep in
fine if
there.
it's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you got like a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, it's never been a problem. But so basically, it came up in conversation again last week or this weekend, and so my question is, would you rather, if you're a woman, I guess it only applies to like the one side of it, but just suspend, belief, disbelief.
Your
Would you
gender.
rather pass on to your children herpes or like bad family hair, bad hairline?
Bad hairline.
Wow.
Yeah, you gotta live with a bad hairline or herpes.
What kind of herpes are we talking? We talking dick or
I'm
mouth?
I'm thinking like the genital ones, because you can
Dick
hide
or
that shit,
higher.
right?
Dick or
Yeah.
higher.
Dick or higher, dick or higher. Yeah. Fuck. I don't know.
I'm at a bit of a crossroads now in my life where my hairline's getting like noticeably further back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like in that point now where it's like I really do want to have long hair one more time in my life before I have to give in.
Oh no.
But I'm also like juggling like, is it just gonna look like shit though?
Yeah.
If it's like long and like widowy at the front, I don't want to be that person.
Like the Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
It's not.
Doing
It's
all
nowhere
Hogan.
near that. Like it's still like a hairline,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah.
is like
Yeah,
thinner
you
on
got
the top
decent
than the
hair, yeah.
back. Yeah. So I'm like
Yeah,
at that point, like, am I gonna grow my hair, shoulder length for the last time, and then I will have to shave it. Like, the writing's on the wall. I got like 3 years.
Yeah, but
left.
I'm talking. Well, let's.
Well, that's
okay,
what I
let's
mean.
just
Like
say,
I'm in my
talking bad
mid-30s
hairline from
now,
like.
and this
I'm
is
talking like high school. Like those. There's a couple people we know
yeah.
that had bad hair like from high school.
Yeah,
So
and
like
both
that
ways.
kind of genetics.
It goes both ways. You could have like a 1 head or a 5 head. Like neither are good.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is true.
Yeah. True.
But I just
True.
was throwing that little personal anecdote in there because like
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
dealing with that
Mike just
decision
stomped on
over
it.
the last
I don't want to hear that shit.
last 2 months faced with this
Yeah.
decision.
You only got so many haircuts left.
Yeah, but I never had to think about it before in my life. Versus
Yeah.
like every time you get with someone and you have to have like bad news. Like
Yeah.
my mom gave me scabs and shit, but
They'll like flare up once a year, but I get them.
up.
Well, I don't know, man. Yeah, it's my question, but I hadn't really thought too much about it.
Damn. So, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like the herpes you can hide. You don't have to tell anybody about it.
Yeah.
Day to day, people would not know.
Yeah.
And
you
to
can
people
And if you're a slut, like if you're just banging through people on Tinder or Grindr or whatever the lesbian version of Grindr is, like if you're just banging through people, you probably can just be an asshole for a little bit until your conscience catches up with you, and you don't have to tell anybody, right?
Yeah.
And if you have a partner, then it's like whatever, partner just deals with it, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Right? Like it's just something you live with, right?
You'll play with fire, get burned speech, 2 months into a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting third-degree burns all around.
I didn't tell you because
pubic.
it wasn't flared up, right? Like,
Yeah.
And I didn't
you don't have
tell
to have
you
that
because I'm usually just burning through people on Grindr.
Yeah. Because I didn't tell you because I like you, yeah.
I didn't tell you because I like you.
Usually just
But I
burning
mean, like,
through Tinder.
you can hide bad hair, too. It's just, I think it becomes, it's not as easy. Like, you don't always have a hat on. You can't always wear a hat where, like, you could always keep your underwear on for the most part on a day-to-day basis.
You can.
I feel though, like with hair though, like I'll be like same with RJ. Like I feel like my hairline's like fading me. And,
mine too. Yeah.
And it's kind of going in patches in the back, and
Oh no.
it sucks. But I'm also like I actually I turned 33 tomorrow, so like it's like whatever. You know what? Like if it goes, she goes. That's I'm not gonna be young and beautiful forever. Or like I never was beautiful, so it's just young.
Aw, you've always been beautiful, bud.
You think?
Yeah. Face of an angel, mouth of a sailor. I agree, though. I totally agree. Like, the older I get, the more I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll just let my fucking bad hair blow in the wind.
And it's like, I feel like, too, like, not that I'm out there, like, burning through Tinder or anything. Like, I'm also, like, in a nice relationship. I'm locked in. But it's like, I feel like if I was this age burning through Tinder, like, you're kind of looking at the same demographic. It's not like everyone else I'm going to be looking to bone are going to be, like, A-plus models. You know what I mean?
No.
Like,
They either have herpes or bad hair.
Yeah.
Good chance.
And I would take, I don't know, I think I'm taking bad hair over herpes.
I obviously take it.
What do you take? Like, herpes goes to the grave with you.
Oh, yeah.
You take that to
hell. It weighs
your
your coffin
potential
down.
children.
Yeah, you gotta get a special coffin for that.
But like, if you're thinking of your hair now as it's bad hair. I'm talking like bad fucking hair from the get go, dude. Like it's a lifetime.
That's what I was trying
hair.
to like, swing that wagon back around. It's like the, discussion I've had with myself this month, being like, am I gonna try one more time to have cool hair? Or am I just throwing the towel in? Like, having that, like, discussion at 34 for the first time ever is, like, pretty luxurious. Versus, like, people that we know that, like, had that in grade 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And
why do you think I have this cool hair right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's funny? But you always used to hate your hair, Rue, and I was, like, jealous of your hair. Well, like, envious of your hair. I used to like your curly hair. Like, oh, I wish my hair was that curly, and you were like, fuck this, can't do anything with it, I fucking hate my hair, Every time we'd get stoned, you'd fucking start talking about your hair.
Pulling it out.
Every time, yeah. Every time that happened.
I don't feel like it's that curly anymore, though.
No, but I just straighten her out.
Not like
I don't
afro.
actually straighten.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it still does it
straight.
if I don't, like, deal with it.
Glop
Just
it down.
grow her out.
Yeah.
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 I'm going to have a sweet cul-de-sac in a couple years, so...
But like you said, you're embracing it because you're in your 30s. You're going to be going into your 40s with shitty hair. It's like, that's fine. That's normal.
Yeah.
Right? No one
In high
expects...
school.
But still, like, I think bad hair, you kind of have to have that conversation once with somebody. Like, hey, look it, I'm going to have bad hair. I'm 13 years old.
Yeah.
Opposed to, like, every new Tinder date. Like, if you're a responsible, like, human being, you'll have to tell them about your fucking...
Yeah, but then
your burrs.
every picture you put on Tinder is you with a hat on.
Yeah.
Because you got bad fucking hair, and you do have to explain that, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I feel like you have to explain your herpes too before you get like if you're a gentleman.
According to Mike,
I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I'm just saying.
You just gotta burn.
I mean,
through.
you should.
I think there is like an argument to like, I guess if you're not flaring up, it's no one's business. I don't know if you can spread it though. I have no idea.
I don't know. Yeah.
I'm sure as long as you don't fire one off in them, that probably
Is that
helps.
where
Use
they
a condom.
store it? I thought it was just like in the round.
I don't know.
I think actually it hides out in
I thought
your
it was
spine.
blood.
In your
No,
spine.
It's in your spine. The
Really?
herpes. Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, that's why
So
it's like
don't go rubbing spines with
they
anybody?
can't.
I don't get it.
no, it's just like it hides in your spine and then it flares up and then it retreats back to the spine. I'm pretty sure is how that works. I'm kind of an expert. So.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense to me.
Not in herpes, just in general.
Makes
So what
sense,
if you
man.
break your back? What if you break your back? Like,
Then you'll
Is
fucking
it-
be a paraplegic with herpes.
well, yeah, I was gonna say, is herpes gonna get worse, or is it never gonna come back?
It
'Cause
wouldn't be
your
as
back's
itchy.
Severed.
Yeah, you wouldn't feel it.
Wouldn't be as itchy, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
That would be a weirder conversation, though. You'd have to like tell the girl, just like, look, you might find some shit down there. If it's there, just come back up.
Has anyone ever been paralyzed from the top up and not down? Like their legs work, but their top doesn't work? Has that ever happened?
No.
No.
No? Okay.
No. You can have like a one side paralyzed. Like
Yeah.
You got, like-
I think that's a
You can't-
palsy.
If you got a
yeah, I think that's a
palsy.
stroke.
yeah, that's a
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, I think
now.
that's
It's
I think it's
possible.
called Bell's palsy.
I think
Because
that's
okay,
I
yeah.
think that's what they call
Or-
a grinder for lesbians. Bell's
Bell
palsy.
balls.
Bell's palsy.
Just drooling everywhere.
Everyone's got Theo Vaughn's haircut.
Fuck. So what
So what
was
are you
this
picking?
one? What is this even about? Like herpes or fucking hairline?
Herpes
oh my
or
God.
hairline, yeah.
I think I'd have
I'm
to
taking
take
bad.
I'll
I'm
take
taking
the
bad
hair.
hairline.
I'll take bad hair.
Yeah, I think I'm taking bad hair too.
I don't know. I think Mike, you sound like dejected. Like you're hoping we'd all pick herpes and you'd pick it too.
No, well, I don't. I couldn't imagine having that conversation every time you went.
Every time, like
Every
even, like,
other time.
yeah, okay, like every fourth
Because your
time.
conscience would get that. I'm saying you don't have to tell people, but if you have a conscience, you're going to,
Yeah,
right? Every other time, at least.
At least.
at
And
least the
that's
ones
like
you really like.
that's dozens, if not triple digits of people. Depends how single you are, right?
And
Yeah.
how single you are.
Yeah.
I feel like the guilt would get to you though. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe
I'll
not.
pick hair. I'd rather be that guy with bad hair, you know,
Yeah,
in high school.
bad
than
hair and a
fucking
clean
herpes.
dick. Yeah.
Well, and also herpes in high school, like that's a death
That's
sentence. As
death
soon as
sentence.
one
Oh,
person
yeah.
finds out, you're done.
I
Yeah.
feel like I know several stories where that happens, whether they had it or not, but it just like spreads faster than real
Yeah.
herpes.
Oh,
Everyone gets infected with that.
Yeah, it goes faster than the
Friend
real
groups,
stuff. It's like,
yeah.
oh, this person has it. And you're like, oh.
Yeah, people got labeled for all
Yeah.
kinds of things.
Oh, that's yeah. Once you get even like someone gets that little taint on them, it's just like, yep, okay, well, steer
Yeah.
clear. Great person.
Pants on, friend.
Yeah, it's on friend for sure.
I'd rather be a hat-on friend than a pants-on friend.
Good point.
Yeah, you can get some cool hats
Yeah.
and wigs.
Wigs, yeah. Or just get a cool tattoo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
fake hair.
Or
You
fake
can't get unfake herpes.
No.
You can apply makeup maybe and cover it up.
Ugh, I guess grow a bush, a
Grow a
nice
bush.
thick bush.
Yeah.
Ugh, but like I don't even know. Like where does the genital herpes hang out? Is it at the base of the fucking shaft, or is it like right up on the hood?
Never
It's
seen
probably
it
an
before.
all-over problem. I'd say
Yeah,
it's
like,
probably
The whole
like
thing's a scab.
yeah, like spotted like a leopard or a cheetah or whatever.
Oh, the whole thing, trunk to
don't know.
skunk.
Trunk to skunk. Yeah.
Fucking oh yeah, no, I'll take the hairline.
Yeah, I'll take the hair.
How do you sit out with that?
Wrapped in
Yeah.
toilet paper.
Yeah, you go to the gym and fucking use all their toilet paper.
I feel like you're constantly swimming in ointment. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you're just caked.
Yeah, you
At
gotta
all
wear
times.
rubber underpants and
Yeah. Sleep on
Yeah.
rubber sheets.
ooh, or just sleep with like your whole crotch in ointment.
Just in a tub.
Yeah,
ointment.
nice topical cream.
Yeah. Gross. Yeah.
So I think we're all going hairline. What a
Yeah.
surprise.
It is, yeah. Surprised
Are we
me
doing
that
one
took
more,
as long as it did. Yeah, we got time for one more.
for one more. Mikey, what do you got there?
What one should we do?
I like that.
The Waterworld one?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So what was it? It was, would you rather live your whole life? The rest
Yeah.
of your life?
Rest of
Would
your
you
life.
rather live the rest of your life in Kevin Costner's Waterworld or in Disney World? And that is a modern day Disney World too. It doesn't
yeah,
have to
like
or
full
you know, like they got a
Saturday
KFC.
afternoon. Yeah, Saturday afternoon.
You get the
Disneyland.
Marvel park too.
You also
Sure.
get Star Wars and Harry
All
Potter.
of
though.
the
Yeah,
exhibitions.
Pixar.
Yeah,
Space Mountain.
yeah. Plenty of princesses roaming around.
It
You
does
know?
sound good. But there's
A lot
also
of kids though.
thousands of people overweight in scooters roaming around.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's a fucking nightmare in
It's
a lot
not
of
all.
ways.
It's not all grinder with the princesses.
No. No. And I'm sure
No,
the
it's
KFC
probably-
sells out so fast. All
It's
those
more like,
places
yeah.
are just
Oh yeah, there's got to be a
Yeah.
limit.
Oh.
And I feel like what made
Buy the
Waterworld
KFC, Mike.
Waterworld was so special to Kevin Costner because he had the gills.
But do we get the gills?
Yeah.
That's the question. Like, if you have the
We
gills,
don't get the
that
gills.
seems pretty
I know.
sick. But
I
if
don't
you
think we
don't,
I
get
don't
the
think
gills.
you get the gills.
I
I don't
think-
think you get the gills. What's Kevin Costner gonna have? You know, he still
gills.
exists.
yeah, he's got to be special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
think you're just one of those boat dwellers.
Yeah, you're a boatman.
I think that
Mm-hmm.
the pro with Disney World is at least there'd be food
Yeah,
and non-salt
Yeah.
water.
there would be
That
water.
has to,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but like good water.
How
not
quick
that.
do you think you'd lose your mind?
in the saltwater world or in Disney
No,
World?
I'm thinking in Disney.
Oh,
World.
I'd go
like
quick.
within the year.
Oh
right?
yeah, I'd go nuts for sure.
I don't know. I think you could make it work. You could probably find like a corner of that park and just make it your own.
Make a little shanty town.
Yeah.
Like, are you homeless in Disneyland, or do you have
Yeah.
like, to go back to the resort at night?
Well, I don't know. Are you homeless
No,
in
no,
Waterworld?
no.
Are
I
we
guess
all
you-
like?
That's the
I
beauty
guess
of
you're homeless
Waterworld.
in
You
both.
just, if you're
Yeah.
homeless, it's because you decided to be.
I imagine we
Like
got
a
like a
pirate.
Tom Hanks terminal situation where
Yeah,
like
you just have to make
you're
do.
stuck. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't go forward and you can't go
You
back.
gotta
You got
prop a tent up
nowhere
or
to
somewhere.
go.
Or,
But with
I-
Waterworld, if you've ever seen it, there's always that hope that there will be land, right? So
Yeah.
you could be the exploring type or the one that finds it potentially. You live your whole life thinking there could be. With Disney World, it's like you're fucking here for
Yeah.
ever.
This is it.
it's a small world
Yeah.
after
There's
all.
so you're saying there's hope and there's suntans in Waterworld.
Yeah, there's hope.
You'd have a
Suntans, freedom.
bitch and suntan. You'd have a sweet
You'd look,
complexion.
you'd look sick. Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You'd probably have abs
Everybody-
from all the swimming around.
Oh, you'd have to. You'd probably be hairless too
Yeah.
for the same
Yeah.
reason.
Oh,
Yeah.
unless
The
you got a
salt
nice
would just
fur
eat your.
coat like a badger or an otter.
Oh, yeah, the water just beads right off.
Yeah. Like the back of a duck. Yeah. Okay. Maybe you evolve to that.
Yeah.
That's getting kind of weird Disney though. Like weird duck people hybrids.
And then you end up with gills.
And then you end up with gills.
I think I would
I
take
think-
Waterworld just for the
Ye-
like risk.
Yeah. Risk
Okay.
versus reward. At least there is a reward.
Yeah, there could be.
Mm-hmm. Could be.
See, but I think you could go Disney World, and then you could just be like your own villain at Disney World. Like I say, like you just take over the castle
Right.
and like throw feces at the kids as they try to come in.
Yeah, because they
you
can't
know,
kick you out. That
No, you
is
can't
no.
leave. Yeah.
like that's it.
Oh,
for
that's
Can't
a good
leave.
way.
Purgatory.
Yeah, that could be cool.
Yeah, you would just could be like Jafar
Yeah,
forever. I think that wouldn't be
Yeah.
terrible.
that would be pretty sweet.
Whereas again, Waterworld, you're trying to survive.
Everybody's
You're
Jafar.
Everyone's Jafar. You're hoping that you wake up with gills.
Yeah.
But
You're
again,
hoping that one tomato plant doesn't get robbed from you.
yeah, Mike, I think
Yeah.
you brought up a good point. Good point, though, in that, like, at least in the water world, there's the hope that there could be land out there.
That's what keeps
Where?
you going, right?
Yeah, I think that is, like, at least something you could wake up in the morning and be like, I'm gonna find
Yeah.
Everest.
Yep. Because Waterworld would
Yep.
almost be like Truman Show. I mean,
Yeah.
Disneyland. It'd be pretty sweet at first, eating all the funnel cakes you can handle. But
So
eventually, you'd have no meaning and you just go crazy. But
Yeah,
until you go crazy, it would be
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
that's very true.
6 months. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks later. Yeah. You're just
Pantsless.
having sex in the Simba costumes, and it doesn't do it for you anymore.
No.
You
Yeah,
and
you'd
Nala.
You'd have to have the latest and greatest scooter.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever new technology's coming out, you got to jump on that because you're going to be eating funnel cakes, fuck KFC, drinking
No,
fucking
yeah.
Barks root beer. You know?
I'm going Waterworld. You would turn into one of those fat fucking pieces of
Mhm.
shit. Just, like, you on that scooter, just eating all that food, driving around Disney World. No thanks.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hungry
Yeah,
now.
for a short
Yeah.
burst, Disney World would be so fucking fun. But
Yeah.
longevity-wise, and even though it'd be hard and you might starve to death, Waterworld, there's freedom
Mhm.
and hope, right?
Yeah, and hope. Can't fucking sell that hope any shorter. And, like, you could fish. Like, I feel like they
Yeah.
didn't do enough fishing. Like, there's water. There's fish in that water.
Yeah, I don't know why he was like
Oh, fuck yeah.
stressing over a single tomato when you
Yeah.
could just eat
Yeah.
mackerel by the handful.
Yeah, just
Oh,
have
yeah.
a line in the water attached to your toe and lay back.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'd be netting. I'd just be fucking netting. There's
Yeah.
no rules against that shit when it's a
Dragging
water
net
world.
behind you. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You're not
maybe
worried
catch
about
a whale.
future generations.
No,
You
God,
No. Fuck
No.
no. Let them deal with their own shit.
Oh,
This
I'd-
water world.
I'd be eating whale for sure then.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Seals, whale,
Yeah,
dolphin.
Oh, dolphin kebabs.
I would make friends with the dolphin and just fucking eat them. That
Yeah.
would be my plan.
Trick them in.
Trick them
They're
in
so
close.
trusting. Yeah.
Yeah. Try to get them to shake hands and then just rip it off. Like
how heavy?
Pennywise.
How heavy do you think a
Make a
dolphin
soup.
is?
Couple hundred.
I'd say like 200 to 300
Like,
pounds.
if you got it like
Yeah.
on its tail and you grabbed it like bear hug, could you pull it out of the water?
Yeah.
Probably.
No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
probably too slippery. They look so. It's like a penis. They're so slippery.
I feel like they're not slippery.
Yeah, I feel like they got good grip.
Yeah, I feel like they're all textured.
Yeah, they're like a basketball.
Because I've touched a shark before, and they
Yeah.
are surprisingly like really sharp to the touch. It's almost like going against the
Scales.
5 o'clock shadow. Yeah, it's like whoa,
Yeah.
Yeah.
this thing sucks.
You touched a shark?
It was like at a fish market. It was already dead.
Oh, okay.
It was just like I
Okay,
touched it.
okay.
I'm like, oh my god. And it was like a 4-foot something gray shark. I have no idea. But I was like
Wow.
surprised that it's like, oh, this whole thing is like 5 o'clock shadow, like almost like the whole thing's like sandpaper. But they look slick.
Yeah.
They look slippy.
Well, it's like they're fish, right? So they totally got gills, or not
Yeah,
gills. Sorry, like
scales.
scales.
Yeah.
Yeah. And gills. They have gills.
Yeah, maybe dolphins
Yeah.
are smoother, like a watermelon.
Yeah, they probably got like more skinny texture. Like they're
Yeah.
mammals, right?
Yeah, maybe. But nobody knows for sure.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
No. They could be running shit, and that's why it's Waterworld.
That they're responsible.
That who sunk
Yeah.
the land? The dolphin.
Yeah, the dolphins. Who had most to gain? The dolphins.
Dolphins. When I first
Dolphin.
moved to the city, I probably spent, I went into Save On Foods and saw all that live fish area at the fucking, in the deli section. I probably spent 15 minutes looking at the lobsters.
Right.
Like, I just was so blown away. It had been years since being up north, we don't have anything like that. And I literally spent 15 minutes just, like, with my face
Yeah.
up to the glass, looking at lobsters. They got it made, dude. They got it made. Other than being in a grocery store you know, against their will, they got it made.
And being
And
boiled to death.
To death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better
They got
than
it
being
made.
Disney worlded to death.
True.
It's better than having herpes.
It's better than having herpes to
Being
death.
Pants
Yeah.
on,
To
friend.
death.
Being a pants on, friend.
Yeah.
To death.
I think with that, we should wrap her up. We're
Yeah, it's
Alright.
a good ending.
easing over
Yeah.
that beautiful 1 hour mark where we try to keep
Did
it
we
these days.
decide what we? So we're all picking Waterworld.
Yeah.
Or Disneyland?
I'm picked. Yeah, I
I
got
want
it.
hope.
Yeah.
I was thinking Disney World, but
It sounds so fresh.
yeah,
But
the whole Truman Show
yeah.
thing is the best point. It's
Yeah.
the best
Yeah.
point against Disney World is that it would just turn into like this fucking cruel joke where life has no meaning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want hope.
When
Yeah.
once the teacups lose their
Oh,
you know.
I think you'd be overrides in one weekend. You wouldn't ever
Yeah.
want it because
For sure.
you'd have to line up every time. Like there's no special, I live here pass.
Yeah,
There could be.
I think if
But
you
yeah.
were a fucking sociopath, you could do Disney World because you would just be fucking
Jafar.
baiting people.
Yeah.
You'd be baiting
Jafar.
people for years and years. You'd just be like, especially if you were like a suave type of guy, sociopath. You could do that for a couple decades.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, we're not those people.
I'm not.
No.
I'm
If you
pretty
were
close. But yeah.
If you were Dirty John in fucking Disney World, you guys see that?
No, who's
See
dirty
anything
John?
about that? Oh, it's fucking retarded. It's
Whoa,
it's
ridiculous.
It's a real
Ridiculous.
roll up the rim.
It's ridiculous.
Roll up the It's a real roll up the rim. It is.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Oh fuck.
We
And on
almost,
that note,
we almost
on that
made
note-
it.
Yeah.
Almost made it.
Edit.
We almost got out of here.
On that note,
Fuck.
thank you, Frontline Fiesta.
Yeah.
Really good band. Also, Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, places you can download and subscribe and not miss an episode. YouTube's cool.
And don't forget to send us questions.
Yes.
Pretty much email at gmail.com. Send
That's the
that
one.
shit and send us your questions and we'll answer them.
Yeah, we're
live.
gonna do some more question shows. These debate shows are fun too. So if you have a would you rather or what could you live without debate topic,
Or
Yeah.
fuck, marry, kill.
fuck, marry, kill. We haven't done one of those in a
Yeah.
while.
I still think about it every day.
I'm not surprised. Until then, last words, boys. Otherwise, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Rue.
Oh, happy
Oh,
birthday!
thanks.
Big
Yeah.
3-7.
And happy Patty's
Very-
Day, too.
Yeah, happy Patty's Day.
Yeah.
Suck it, everybody.
Suck it, everybody.
Suck it.
See you next week, everybody. Suck it.
Suck it.
Thanks everybody for tuning in this week. We are Pretty Much Experts. You can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and YouTube. While you're at it, go have a look at our Facebook page. You can ask an expert any time of day or night, whatever you like. And if you're into it, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. We want to hear from you, baby. Thanks again everybody. Tune in next week. We are Pretty Much Experts, and we love you, I guess.